You're sifting through your pocket change and stumble upon a penny, just an ordinary, unassuming 2005 Abraham Lincoln penny with no mint mark. But what if I told you that this very penny could be worth a staggering $1.8 million? Intrigued? Well, stick around, because today we're diving deep into the world of coin collecting, exploring the fascinating story behind the 2005 no mint mark Lincoln penny, and uncovering how such a humble coin could potentially make you a millionaire. Now, before you start emptying your piggy banks and raiding your couch cushions, let's clarify a few things. The 2005 Lincoln penny without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Typically, coins minted in Philadelphia don't bear a mint mark, so finding a 2005 penny without one is quite common. In general, these pennies are worth their face value, just 1 cent. But as with any good treasure hunt, there are exceptions to the rule. In the world of coin collecting, certain pennies have fetched astronomical prices due to unique characteristics, errors, or historical significance. For instance, the 1943 copper wheat penny is a legendary rarity. During World War II, pennies were supposed to be made from zinc-coated steel to conserve copper for the war effort. However, a few copper planchets were mistakenly used, resulting in pennies that are now worth up to $500,000. Similarly, the 1909 SVB penny, with only 484,000 minted, has sold for over $300,000. So, what about our 2005 no mint mark penny? While there's no widely recognized error or variety from that you're fetching millions, the coin world is full of surprises. It's possible that a unique error coin from 2005 could surface, capturing the attention of collectors and driving its value sky high. Errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or misaligned mint marks can significantly increase a coin's value. Let me share a personal story. A few years back, I was sorting through a jar of old coins inherited from my grandfather. Amidst the sea of pennies, nickels, and dimes, I found a 1955 double-die penny. At first glance, it looked ordinary, but upon closer inspection, I noticed the doubling in the date and lettering, a classic sign of a double-die error. That penny, which had been sitting unnoticed for decades, turned out to be worth several $1,000s. It was a thrilling reminder of the hidden treasures that can be found in everyday change. Now, you might be wondering how to identify such valuable coins. Familiarize yourself with key dates, mint marks, and common errors. Resources like the Red Book, a guidebook of United States coins, are invaluable. Take a closer look at your coins. A simple magnifying glass can help you spot errors like doubling or misstrikes. Engage with fellow collectors through local clubs or online forums. Sharing knowledge and experiences can lead to new discoveries. If you think you've found something special, have it authenticated and graded by reputable organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Remember, while the dream of finding a $1 million penny is enticing, the joy of coin collecting often lies in the thrill of the hunt and the stories behind each coin. So, keep searching, stay curious, and who knows? Maybe one day you'll uncover a hidden gem in your own pocket change. Before we wrap up, if you're passionate about coins and want to learn more about identifying valuable pieces, investing strategies, and the rich history behind numismatics, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's embark on this exciting journey together. All right, folks, let me ask you something. How often do you check your pocket change? Once in a while? Never? Maybe just when you're digging for a tip at the coffee shop? Well, after today's video, you might start checking every single penny you come across, because there's a little copper coin out there, just a regular old 1966 Lincoln penny, that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.90 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny. 1 cent worth almost $2 million bucks. Now, before you start dumping your piggy bank on the floor, stick around because I'm going to break down why this coin is so rare, how to identify it, and most importantly, how you can find one and cash in big time. Oh, and trust me, you don't want to be like me. I once had a rare penny in my hands, spent it on a soda, and didn't realize my mistake until years later. But more on that later. So, what makes this specific penny worth more than a brand new sports car? The key detail here is that it has no mint mark. Now, most 1966 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which typically didn't put a mint mark on their coins. But here's the twist. This particular penny isn't just any Philadelphia minted coin. It's a rare error coin, possibly struck on the wrong metal planchet, or under unique conditions that make it unlike the millions of other 1966 pennies out there. What to look for in a 1966 no mint mark penny now. I know what you're thinking. I've got a whole pile of pennies from the 60s sitting in a jar. How do I know if I've got the golden ticket? It should be completely blank where the D or S mint mark would normally be. Wait, a normal 1966 penny weighs 3.11 grams, but the rare one might be slightly off due to an error. If you've got a scale, weigh it. Color and material. The high-value version might have a distinct color or luster, different from a standard penny. Some were struck on the wrong metal. Error coins often have a different look, maybe sharper details or strange doubling in the letters or Lincoln's face. If you spot anything odd, do not spend it on a vending machine soda like I did, seriously. It still haunts me. Instead, get it checked by a professional grader, like PCGS or NGC. When we say rare, we're talking needle in a haystack rare. Most 1966 pennies are just worth face value, 1 cent, or maybe a couple of bucks if they're in top-notch condition. But this specific no mint mark error coin? Only a handful have been discovered. And when rare coins are in high demand among collectors, that's when you see prices skyrocket, all the way to $1.9 million in one case. So, where do you even look for a 1966 no mint mark penny? You know that jar of pennies your grandma has had since 1972? Time to check. Estate sales and garage sales. People often sell old coin collections without realizing what they have. Go to the bank, ask for penny rolls, and start searching. Some collectors have found rare coins this way. Yes, it's rare, but coins do circulate. You never know what's out there. My painful coin story. Don't be like me, all right? So remember how I mentioned my biggest coin regret? A few years back, I found an old wheat penny in my pocket change. It looked different, shinier, heavier, and just off. But instead of checking it out, I did what any rational person would do. I spent it on a vending machine soda. A soda. Fast forward a few years, I started getting into coin collecting, and guess what? That penny might have been a rare 1909 SVB Lincoln cent, worth thousands. To this day, I have no idea if I threw away a fortune for a bottle of Pepsi. Lesson: you could be holding on to a small fortune without even realizing it. That 1966 no mint mark Lincoln penny? It's out there, and someone's going to find the next one. Why not you? If today's video taught you something new, hit that like button and let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin in your pocket change. And if you want more expert tips on finding coins worth serious money, subscribe to the channel. I've got tons of strategies, insider knowledge, and most importantly, more crazy coin stories that could help you strike it rich. Now, go check your pennies. You might just have $1.9 million sitting in your pocket. Ever dreamed of finding a penny worth a cool $2 million just lying around in your pocket change? Well, before you start emptying those piggy banks, let's dive into the fascinating world of rare Lincoln pennies and uncover the truth behind these million-dollar tales. Upbeat music plays as the screen transitions to close-ups of various Lincoln pennies. All right, let's address the copper elephant in the room. The legendary 2001 no mint mark Lincoln penny, supposedly valued at $2 million. Spoiler alert, such a coin doesn't exist. But don't click away just yet. There are genuine Lincoln pennies out there that can fetch you a pretty penny. Let's explore some of the most coveted ones. First up, the 1909 SVB Lincoln cent. This coin is like the celebrity cameo of pennies. In 1909, to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the U.S. Mint introduced the Lincoln cent, designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials, VB, appeared on the reverse side. However, some folks thought Brenner was getting a bit too much spotlight, so the mint quickly removed the initials, making the ones with VB quite rare. Especially those minted in San Francisco, marked with an S. Only about 484,000 of these were produced, making them the limited edition sneakers of the coin world. In top-notch condition, these coins can fetch over $50,000 at auctions. Next, let's talk about the 1943 copper penny, a coin born out of a World War II plot twist. In 1943, copper was needed for war supplies, so the mint switched to zinc-coated steel for pennies. However, a few copper blanks sneaked into the presses, resulting in extremely rare 1943 copper pennies. Finding one of these is like finding a golden ticket, one sold for over $1 million. So, if you have a 1943 penny that doesn't stick to a magnet, you might be in luck. Now, imagine looking at a penny after one too many cups of coffee. That's the 1955 double die penny for you. Due to a misalignment during the minting process, these pennies have a noticeable doubling of the date and inscriptions. It's like the coin had a bit too much fun at a 3D movie. These quirky errors can be worth anywhere from $1,000 to $25,000, depending on their condition. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic. You know, the usual treasure trove of old photo albums and questionable fashion choices. We stumbled upon a dusty jar filled with pennies. Among them was a 1909 SVB penny. My heart raced faster than a kid on a sugar high. After getting it appraised, it turned out to be worth several $1,000s. Not quite $2 million, but hey, it paid for a nice vacation. So, what's the moral of the story? Always check your change. While the mythical 2001 no mint mark penny won't make you a millionaire, there are genuine treasures out there waiting to be discovered. Keep an eye out for those key dates, mint marks, and quirky errors. And who knows? You might just find a piece of history in your pocket. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin collecting and want to uncover more hidden gems in your everyday life, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and ring the notification bell. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's turn that spare change into cherished treasures together. You're sifting through your pocket change, and suddenly you spot a penny without a mint mark. Could it be the elusive 1987 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny worth a cool $2 million? Well, before you start planning your dream vacation, let's dive into the fascinating world of coin collecting and uncover the truth behind this intriguing tale. First things first, let's talk about mint marks. In the United States, coins are produced at various mints, and each mint typically stamps its unique mark on the coins it produces. For example, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. However, not all coins bear these marks. Notably, pennies minted in Philadelphia often lack a mint mark. So, finding a 1987 penny without a mint mark isn't as rare as you might think. Now, let's address the elephant, or should I say, the penny in the room. Rumors have circulated about a 1987 no mint mark penny fetching $2 million at auction. But here's the scoop. There's no credible evidence supporting this claim. While certain pennies can indeed be worth a fortune, the 1987 no mint mark penny isn't typically among them. Speaking of valuable pennies, let's take a quick detour and explore some that have made headlines. This penny, minted in San Francisco with the initials of designer Victor David Brenner, had a limited mintage of 484,000. It's considered a key date coin and can fetch a pretty penny, pun intended, among collectors. 1943 copper wheat penny. During World War II, most pennies were made from steel to conserve copper. However, a few copper pennies were mistakenly minted in 1943. These rare coins have fetched prices upwards of $500,000 at auctions. This penny features a noticeable doubling of the date and lettering due to a minting error. Only about 30 of these are known to exist, making them highly sought after by collectors. One such coin was valued at nearly $40,000. So, while the 1987 no mint mark penny might not make you a millionaire, it's a fantastic reminder of the rich history and stories our coins carry. Each coin in your pocket has a tale to tell, from design changes to historical events that influenced its production. Let me share a personal story. A few years back, I inherited a jar of old coins from my grandfather. Among them was a 1943 steel penny. At first, I thought I had struck gold, or rather, silver. But after some research, I learned that while the 1943 steel penny is a fascinating piece of history, it's not particularly rare. However, that discovery ignited my passion for coin collecting, leading me down a rabbit hole of numismatic adventures. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It's a journey through history, art, and culture. It's about the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the stories behind each coin. So, next time you find a peculiar coin in your change, take a moment to explore its story. Who knows? You might just uncover a hidden gem. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coins and want to uncover more treasures in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. Share your stories, ask questions, and let's embark on this numismatic journey together. Imagine this. You're digging through your spare change, looking for a quarter for the parking meter, and BM. You spot a plain old penny. Nothing special, right? Wrong. That tiny copper coin could be worth a life-changing $2.1 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny sold for over $2 million bucks. And the crazy part? This is a coin that's been slipping through people's hands for decades. I know what you're thinking. Come on, A penny worth millions? This has to be some kind of scam. But trust me, this is very real, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for so you don't accidentally spend a fortune on a pack of gum. Oh, and I've got a wild personal story about a time I almost threw away a valuable penny. Stick around for that. It might just save you from making the same mistake. So, what makes this little copper beauty worth more than a mansion? Well, the 1994 Lincoln penny is supposed to have a mint mark. That tiny letter under the year tells you where it was made, usually D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these pennies were struck without a mint mark. That's a big deal because the US Mint is super strict about quality control. When a mistake like this happens, collectors go nuts. One of these rare no mint mark 1994 pennies recently sold for $2.1 million at auction. Why? Because it's basically a 1 in a million error that wasn't supposed to happen. Now, let's talk about how you can spot one of these bad boys in your own change. How to identify the 1994 no mint mark penny. Alright, if you want to get rich from a penny, you need to know what to look for. If your 1994 penny doesn't have a tiny D or S under the date, pay attention. The coin should have crisp features, especially Lincoln's face and the memorial on the back. If it's corroded or messed up, it might not be worth as much. If you think you have one, take it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm. Now, you might be wondering, where do I even find one of these? Believe it or not, these coins could be hiding anywhere. The junk drawer in your kitchen, that old coin jar you never bothered to count, even bankrolls you pick up for face value. True story. I once found a super rare penny while digging for quarters in my couch cushions. I kid you not, I was looking for vending machine change, and boom, there it was. Now, it wasn't a $1 million coin, but it was worth about $500. And let me tell you, that was the best vending machine snack I ever bought. So, check every single penny you come across. You never know. If you find one of these 1994 no mint mark pennies, you've basically hit the jackpot. But what if you find a rare penny that's valuable but not that valuable? Regular 1994 pennies. Worth 1 cent, sorry. Slight errors or unique features. Maybe $10 $100 major mint errors or high-grade versions. Possibly $500 $1 000. The ultra-rare no mint mark version? Up to $2.1 million. The lesson here? Don't ignore your pennies. Every once in a while, one of them could be worth more than a sports CA or .so. Let's recap. The 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of the rarest and most valuable coins out there. If you happen to find one, you're looking at life-changing money. These coins are still out there. You just need to check your change, your couch cushions, and that old piggy bank collecting dust in your attic. Check your pennies. Seriously, take 5 minutes after this video to look through whatever spare change you've got lying around. Who knows? You might be sitting on a gold mine. And if you want more tips on finding valuable coins, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'll be sharing more hidden treasures, rare coin finds, and expert strategies to help you turn pocket change into real cash. Hit that like button, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, fellas, grab your magnifying glasses and dust off those old coin jars because today, we're talking about a 1952 sweet penny that sold for a jaw-dropping $2.20 million. Yeah, you heard that right. Someone out there turned a single penny into the price of a mansion. Imagine digging through your couch cushions and finding a retirement plan instead of just loose change and stale popcorn. How the heck can a penny be worth that much? Well, stick around because I'm breaking it all down, the history, the minting error that made it rare, how you can spot one, and most importantly, whether you've been unknowingly carrying around a fortune in your pocket this whole time. And I'll even tell you about the time I almost spent a valuable penny at a gas station. Spoiler alert, I still have nightmares about it. If you're ready to talk coins, money, and maybe regret a few past decisions, let's dive in. A brief history of the 1952 sweet penny before we get into the big money. Let's set the stage. The 1952 sweet penny was minted in San Francisco, hence the little s under the date. This was back in the golden age of penny production, when coins still had 95% copper in them. That means these pennies had some real weight to them, not like today's flimsy pocket change that feels like it was printed on cardboard. In 1952, the US Mint cranked out over 137 million of these pennies. So why the heck is one of them worth $2.20 million? Not all 1952 pennies are created equal. The one that sold for $2.2 million had a rare double die obverse error. That means when the die struck the coin, it shifted slightly, creating a double image on Lincoln's profile and the date. This isn't just your everyday coin wear. This is a mint-made mistake, and collectors go wild for these things. Some experts believe fewer than 10 of these double-die pennies exist, which makes it rarer than a decent gas price these days. And when a coin is both rare and has historical value, boom, instant fortune. How to spot one in your pocket change now. Before you go sprinting to your coin collection, here's what you need to look for. Make sure it's from San Francisco. You'll see a little S under the date. No, S? It's not the right coin. Get yourself a magnifying glass. Trust me, your eyes aren't what they used to be. Look at Lincoln's face and the numbers 1-9-5-2 on the date. If they look like they've been stamped twice, you might have a winner. The condition, the closer to uncirculated, the better. If your penny looks like it's been through a war, it's still worth something, but probably not millions. Now, let me tell you a quick personal story. A few years back, I was at a gas station, digging through my pocket for change. I had a bunch of old pennies, and I just wanted to round up my total so I wouldn't get stuck with pennies coming back. You know how annoying that is. So I grabbed a few and tossed them on the counter. The guy rings me up, and right before I walk out, I take one last look at the pennies I had left. And there it was, a 1955 double-die penny just chilling in my hand. I had almost spent it on a pack of gum. Moral of the story? Always check your coins before you spend them. Because the only thing worse than losing a rare penny is realizing later that you used it to buy gas station coffee. Current market value, and why coins like this keep going up now. Let's talk about why the 1952 S-Sweet penny sold for $2.2 million. The coin collecting world is always looking for rarities, and when a high-grade, error coin like this hits the market, wealthy collectors and investors go crazy bidding on it. Prices keep going up, too. In the 1990s, a coin like this might have sold for a few $1,000s. Then, in the 2000s, it jumped to six figures. And now? Over $2 million bucks. Who knows, maybe in 10 years, we'll be looking at a $5 million penny. Go check your change jars, your junk drawers, even under your car seats. If you find a 1952 S penny, take a good hard look at it. Invest in a magnifying glass. Seriously, it's a small price to pay if it helps you spot a life-changing penny. Subscribe to the channel. If you want more tips on how to find rare coins, spot valuable errors, and avoid spending your retirement fund on a gas station snack, hit that subscribe button. Who knows? The next time you go through your spare change, you might just strike gold, or at least copper. You're sifting through an old jar of pennies, expecting to find nothing more than some pocket change, when suddenly you stumble upon a 1968 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Your heart skips a beat as you recall hearing that one of these coins recently fetched a staggering $2.3 million at auction. Could it be? Is this humble penny your ticket to millionaire status? Well, before you start planning your dream vacation, let's dive into the fascinating world of coin collecting and uncover what makes certain pennies worth more than their weight in gold. The 1968 Lincoln penny, bearing the D Mint mark, was produced at the Denver Mint. In that year, over 2.8 billion of these pennies were struck, making them quite common in circulation. They're composed primarily of copper, with a weight of 3.11 grams and a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. On the obverse side, you'll find the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse features the Lincoln Memorial. You might be wondering, if there are billions of these pennies, why would one sell for $2.3 million? Great question. The value of a coin hinges on several factors: rarity, condition, and unique characteristics like errors or anomalies. In the coin collecting world, errors can turn an ordinary coin into a coveted treasure. This occurs when the mint mark is stamped more than once, leading to a visible doubling. Such errors can increase a coin's value significantly. This error results from the die itself having a duplicated design, causing elements like the inscriptions or the Lincoln Memorial to appear doubled. Occasionally, a penny might be struck on a planchet intended for another coin, such as a dime. These rare occurrences can fetch a pretty penny, pun intended, at auctions. Beyond errors, the coin's condition plays a pivotal role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating a better state of preservation. A 1968 D penny in average circulated condition might be worth its face value, or slightly more for its copper content. However, An uncirculated coin with a high grade can command prices ranging from hundreds to thousands of dollars. Such astronomical prices are typically reserved for coins with extraordinary features, provenance, or historical significance. While a standard 1968 D penny, even in pristine condition, wouldn't reach such heights, unique error coins or those with remarkable stories might. It's essential to approach such tales with a discerning eye and consult reputable sources or professional appraisers when evaluating a coin's potential value. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I inherited a modest coin collection from my grandfather. Among the coins was a 1968 D penny with an unusual sheen. My imagination ran wild, picturing early retirement and a yacht named Penny Lane. After sending it off for grading, I discovered it was struck on a silver dime planchet. A rare error indeed. While it didn't make me a millionaire, it did fetch a handsome sum at auction, fueling my passion for numismatics even further. Coin collecting is a journey filled with history, art, and the thrill of discovery. While not every penny will be worth millions, the stories they carry and the joy of the hunt are priceless. So, next time you come across a 1968 D penny, take a closer look. You never know what treasures await. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable pennies and want to uncover more coin collecting tips, tricks, and tales, hit that subscribe button, join our community of enthusiasts, and who knows, maybe your next pocket find will be the subject of our next video. Alright, folks, let me ask you a serious question. What if I told you that a simple penny, yes, one of those little copper coins jingling around in your couch cushions, could be worth $2.40 million? Would you start digging through your change right now? Because if you aren't, you should be. Today, we're talking about the 1979 D Lincoln penny. This isn't just any penny. This is a coin so rare, so valuable, that collectors would trade their grandma's secret apple pie recipe just to own one. And yes, there's a chance, however small, that you might have one in your possession. Before you start dumping your piggy bank all over the floor, stick around because I'm going to tell you exactly what makes this penny worth a fortune, how to spot one, and most importantly, how you can cash in big if you find one. And let me tell you, I learned the hard way that you should never overlook a penny. Once, I almost spent a rare coin on a vending machine snack. Imagine dropping $1 million penny just for a bag of stale peanuts. Yeah, that could have been my life's biggest regret. First things first, what makes this specific penny so valuable? The 1979 D penny was minted in Denver, and while millions were produced, only a few have the special traits that make them rare. These are error coins, meaning something went wrong during the minting process. And collectors love errors. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a penny. How bad could an error be? Well, let me tell you, these errors can turn a common coin into a jackpot. The most famous error for this 1979 D Lincoln penny? A double die obverse, meaning some of the features on the front of the coin are doubled. This can be seen in the lettering, like in the words Liberty or In God We Trust. And sometimes, even Lincoln's face looks like he has a shadow, like a ghost Lincoln. Spooky, right? Another valuable error is a misaligned or off-center strike, where the design isn't properly centered on the coin. The more off-center, the rarer it is. And finally, there's the wrong metal planchet error, where a penny was struck on a different type of metal, like silver. That's right, some 1979 pennies were mistakenly made of something other than copper, and if you find one of those, you might be sitting on a gold mine. Well, technically a silver mine. So, how do we get to $2.4 million? Well, a few extremely rare specimens have made it into auction houses, and when passionate collectors get involved, the bidding goes crazy. One of these rare 1979 D pennies with a perfect error and in pristine condition sold for that whopping price. Why? Because collectors know that once these coins disappear into private collections, they don't resurface for decades. Condition plays a huge role in value, too. If your 1979 D penny looks like it's been through a garbage disposal, well, it's probably not a millionaire. But if it's graded highly by PCGS or NGC, especially in mint state, MS, condition, then we're talking serious money. Now that I've got you foaming at the mouth, here's how you can check if your 1979 D penny is the real deal. It should be right under the year 1979 on the front of the coin. No D? Sorry, it's not the one. Use a magnifying glass and check for doubling in the letters and Lincoln's features. If it looks a little blurry or like it has shadows, you may have something special. A normal 1979 D penny weighs about 3.11 grams. If yours is significantly heavier or lighter, it could be a rare error coin. If you think you've hit the jackpot, don't go running to your local pawn shop just yet. Send it to PCGS or NGC for official grading. They'll tell you exactly what you have and how much it's worth. All right, my fellow treasure hunters, now that you know the secrets of the 1979 D Lincoln penny, it's time to take action. Go check your pockets, raid your coin jars, and start hunting for that $1 million penny. You never know, you might be sitting on a small fortune and not even realize it. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about hidden treasures in your pocket change, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I bring you the best tips on coins worth money, collecting strategies, and how to turn spare change into big bucks. Also, drop a comment below. What's the coolest or most valuable coin you've ever found? Let's get the conversation going.